Good morning everyone, happy Sunday and welcome to a new video. I thought that today my lens is so dirty. Wait a second. Wow. Should I be cleaning it like this? Probably not. Am I going to? Yes. Anyways, that's like a little bit better, but not that much better. But hi, I have ADHD if you didn't know. That really was a dead giveaway. But welcome to a new video. It's Sunday today and I have really been trying to get out of the kind of like once every 2 weeks vlog cadence that I have been going at. I mean, hey, I'm gonna take what I can get, or what I can do, but I also would like to be uploading more frequently. So I'm trying to do that, okay? It's probably around like 8 in the morning now. I have been up since 5:30 and I have been pretty productive today so far. I really want today to work on tidying and cleaning up the house because there are quite a few things that have been kind of bugging me. So I'd like to either like get things pretty tidy or make a plan in order to have that happen. So hopefully that can kind of be a thing that we do. But I started off with the basement this morning because that is definitely something that has been needing attention. Let's just go down there, okay? So if you didn't know, been super into crochet, but I will say I'm reading a book right now, which I haven't done in a really long time, but I ended up starting an audiobook. So it's a reread, but I started listening to The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer again because I loved that when I read it last year, and I don't know, it just kind of felt like the right thing to do. So slowly but surely listening to that, but here we are in the basement. The ceiling is not finished because in Quebec it's like a thing with insurance. I don't know, I don't understand this province. I say that in a kind way, by the way, but I'm just gonna move this lamp over a little bit so then, wow, there's a lot happening. Okay, so what I did this morning was worked on this. Yes, I am incapable of being casually interested in anything. I just go either like balls to the wall or I'm just not interested. That being said though, I am like casually interested in some things, but for the most part, no, that's just not kind of my thing. So yeah, here we have all of my yarn. So I was working on kind of getting this organized, kind of cataloging it a little bit. Oh, the dogs are not happy that I'm down here without them. I'll give you a quick tour though. We have yarn. We have some more yarn, and then over here's eyeballs, and then over here we have all of my other hobby stuff. And then we do have over here some more stuff. We have some more extra, well, these are all the plushies that I've finished so far that need to go for sale. Then we have some extra yarn, and then here is all of my like packing and shipping supplies. So I recently changed the supplies that I'm using. I'm just gonna put this down. Oof, it's really messy behind me. There's just, you know, it's a basement and it's work in progress, okay? We're just gonna deal with it. But I recently changed all of my packaging to compostable envelopes. I was just kind of using whatever I had since I didn't know if it would be successful, but I really don't want to be, you know, contributing to plastic in the environment. So I changed to compostable envelopes, and then also instead of bubble wrap, I'm going to be using this like, I don't know, it's like cardboard kind of cushioning, or not cardboard, construction paper? I don't know, what is this material? It's not cardboard, but like it's paper, but I don't know. Basically it's recyclable, and that was my goal. I just want to make sure that I'm kind of like doing my part, and it was one of the first things I was like, I really don't want a bunch of plastic. I don't. So yeah, I've also done some fun things recently with the business, and I mean, that's not going to be the only thing I talk about today, I promise, but I've worked on my packaging in other ways. So I'm including a sticker in every order, and I'm also placing some stickers on the outside, and I designed all of this stuff, by the way. I'm really happy with how it turned out, but I'm also going to be placing, the lighting's awful, but it says, "Thank you for shopping small," and then this one's just my logo. So I'm placing one of each of these on the outside of the package, and then for now, I'm not sure if I'll continue doing it just because I kind of hate the thought of like sending a sticker and then someone throwing it out, because I know that if some people like stickers, but if I get stickers, I don't really use them. But basically, so far what I've been doing is if someone is like a repeat buyer, then I include a sticker in their order. I don't know if that's how I'll do it going forward. You guys can let me know how you feel about that. But I also am now including a business card in every order. I really wish you could see this in all its glory, but the lighting is so awful. What if I turn this way. Is that a little bit better? Yeah, that's better. That's more true to the color. So here we have my business card, and then on the back I have like the washing instructions and the safety eye warning and a QR code and all of that jazz. I also have some that are tags for the store that I'm selling at. So these ones look a little bit different and they're in French, so that's also a little bit different. And then the most exciting thing that I've done is in here. Let me just open it up. But I had this idea a while ago, but I just hadn't executed it yet. So I'm excited about it. So we have thank you cards here, but on the back we have an adoption certificate that everyone can fill out. I'm so excited about this. I love how they turned out. I'm not crying if you can see my eyes are watering. I just got like dust in my throat and I'm struggling a little bit, but yeah, these are going off with every single order. And I think what I'll do, because I was like, oh, what if someone orders more than one animal, which someone did, and I definitely forgot to include 2. But if someone orders more than one animal going forward, I will include more than one of these in there. But I just wanted it to be multi-purpose, so then it's not just like a thank you card that you just kind of throw out. So yeah, I'm really excited about this. But of course I need to show you guys all the things that I've made, so let's just, oh god. I'll really briefly show you. The stuff on top is all for the store that I stock at. I stock my stuff at like, it's a mini educational farm and wildlife refuge. So these are gonna be like farm animals and just things that they have there. Like a part of each of the sales goes to the animals and helping them. So I just love stocking there. And basically what I do is I try and fill this little blueberry container. And then once the blueberry container is full, I'll go and bring it. I do want to move though, so then you guys can see things in like more true color. Okay, this is a bit better. I look really weird because it's, I don't know, but whatever. You guys can see these things more truly. So these are all tagged already, but we have a big raccoon because they rescue raccoons there. We've got a goat. We've got a pig. I'm going to be going through these a bit more quickly because they are going to the store. But if you're in the Montreal area, then you guys can check it out. But we also have this adorable little like sheep lamb with all the baubles on it. Then we have this tiny little sheep lamb that I'm not 100% happy with how it turned out, but it will be just like a little cheap thing. So I don't know if I'll make this pattern again. It might be the colors. Then we've got an opossum, which I have another small one here. So these are things that they rescue there as well. And they rescue skunks too. I love how the skunk turned out. I used this like faux fur on it and it turned out so cool. Then pigeons. You're gonna see a lot of these guys, so prepare yourself because I've been obsessed with making these little birds. So we've got a pigeon, we've got a cardinal, and then we have a duck, which is a different pattern, but this is just like, whoop, a little mallard duck because they have one there. Basically, it's like a petting zoo, but it's not animals that like they bought for the purpose of being a petting zoo. All the animals are rescued and are animals in need that they are taking care of essentially. So yeah, that's all I have for the store right now. I'm going to be going to do a restock soon, but here is everything that I have that will be available on Etsy. So I'm not sure when this video is going to go up. I'm really hoping that it's going to be like early in the week. Like maybe I'll try and upload it tomorrow, which is Monday. I don't really know, but these are all the plushies that are going to be available on my restock on August 30th. So this Friday, August 30th, they will be available at 10 a.m. And like I always say, certain things will like sit around for a little bit, which is totally fine, but certain things sell out like very, very quickly. Like the hummingbird last time, I got multiple messages of people being like disappointed because they wanted it. So don't worry, I will be making more hummingbirds in the future, but I do like take long breaks in between making something again because I don't want to burn myself out. And I think I would get bored if I was just making the same thing over and over. So if you see something you want, then I would act like sooner rather than later if you really want it. I'm not just saying that because I'm trying to get a sale, I promise. It's just I don't want people to be disappointed. And right now my customs are like completely full. I have so many to do, so yeah, that's where we're at. So you can follow Stuffed Menagerie on Instagram and follow on Etsy as well, obviously. But if you follow on Instagram, then I have little reminders that I'll post the week leading up to the launch, and I'll also like post photos so you can see everything a little bit closer. So the first thing that I have is a bit of an experiment. It is a lovey, which is kind of intended more for babies, but I mean, you can also have one as an adult, but I am not sure if this is something that will sell well, but it's also something that there are so many patterns that I want to make for lovies or snugglers, whatever you want to call them, but I just haven't yet. I don't know why, but part of it is because I'm not sure if people will be interested in this, but kind of trying to branch out on my Etsy a little bit here. So this is a little chicken lovey. Basically what a lovey is, it's like the head is stuffed, and maybe, I think when the limbs are stuffed, it's a snuggler, but if you know what I'm trying to say. Basically the body is unstuffed, so it's kind of like a blanket, and it's really good for like cuddling and everything. But yeah, I'm super happy with how this chicken turned out. I think it looks really, really cute. I guess I should just get to the birds right away because like I said, I could not stop making them. Do I only have 3 here? I think I only have 3. So these are made with jumbo yarn, and I will probably, no, I definitely have 4. I'm missing one. Where is he? Here he is. Okay. I've made 4. So these are just like a small pattern made with jumbo yarn, which is a bit harder on my hands, but I just wanted to have some big birds, and I am super happy with them. I need to fix his beak, but this is a kiwi bird and he is so cute. Then we have a macaw. Love all the colors on this one. You can't fully see the colors, but you're getting a better idea here than when I was sitting over there. This pigeon, I'm obsessed with him. I actually made a small one that I'm keeping for myself. And then we have a cockatoo. So I will be making more birds in the future. I don't like, there's a ton of different variations of this pattern for different birds, so I probably won't be making these exact ones for a little bit, but I'll be making different ones. My battery is going to die. Next we have a little Jackson cat, of course, on all 4s. Love him. We have a little mini turtle, super cute. We've got this cow I love. I'm just gonna be going through these quickly because I don't need to dwell on them. A sea turtle, he's got like barnacles and stuff on him. Then we have a dog, a mushroom, a snail, so pretty. Love how that one turned out too. A llama or alpaca, whatever you would like it to be. Oh, this is actually a custom order. I was just picking up stuff without looking. A unicorn. I got a ton of requests for a unicorn and I finally did one, and I think it's very pretty. Then we have a hamster, little hamtaro, and that was so tragic. I literally was on like the last one and then my battery died. So now I'm just on my phone, sorry. But the last new one that I have here is a triceratops, which I'm very happy with how that one turned out as well. Basically, if I'm not happy with how it turned out, I just don't sell it. But I also have a few leftovers from launches past. So, well, I have a couple. We've got this monkey with the embroidered eyes. So this one is baby safe. Then we have this monkey. Apparently people do not want monkeys, which is fine. I'm going to continue to make them. I need to fluff up his hair though. But we've got this monkey, which I think is so adorable. He is so fun, just monkeying around. And then finally is this rhino. Yay! And then I also actually have, and I don't think I'm going to include it in this launch. I think if I do end up having to sell it, then it's going to be in the next launch. But I've got this jumbo snail that was for a custom order, but I haven't heard from whoever is buying it. So if you're watching this video and you don't want it, it's okay. Like, I'm not going to be offended, but I would like to know so then I can at least like try and sell it because the yarn is quite expensive. So just to make my money back, but like, yeah, it's fine if you've changed your mind. But I will say with customs, like I think I'm going to be taking a deposit going forward, maybe trying to figure out a way to do that because I'm not sure how to do that on Etsy. Just so then I'll kind of have like more of a deadline to stick to, and it will be a bit easier for me to be able to make them and like be able to buy the supplies for them if I don't have it already. So yeah, so that is everything that's going to be launching. I know I showed you guys everything like really, really quickly, but like I said, I'll have some reels and stuff that I always do like promo stuff leading up to it. So if you guys were interested, then you can follow my other one. And I will say how I'm kind of marketing them now is as bookshelf buddies because they are perfect to just put on your bookshelf to have like a little friend there. I am super into it, so yeah. But I'm going to put this away, and then I kind of need to decide what I'm going to do today. I've been trying to get back into using my planner. I've been doing pretty well with that so far. It is kind of, you know, a little bit of a work in progress, but I know I feel best when I am using my planner, so I'm trying to work on that. And I also will probably just go and get dressed for the day because I have a bad habit of like staying in my pajamas all day, which is not ideal. So even if I change into more comfy clothes, I just want to get changed to have like a clear, this is my morning and now this is my day, you know? But I have started today kind of just right away doing stuff. So maybe I'll take some time to sit on the couch a little bit and relax, drink my coffee, and maybe crochet. I'm not sure if I'm going to crochet today. I always say that and then I always end up doing it, but we'll see. I did indeed get dressed. Nothing exciting, just biker shorts and a t-shirt, but it's a start, right? Like, it's something good. But since we spoke, I have just been watching some YouTube videos to kind of motivate myself to get going and ready for the day. But I also have made a couple of things because the store that I was talking about that I stock at, they've had a couple of bad cases, so they need some donations. So I have like a bigger raccoon that I'll put a picture of here that I told them that they can auction off. And then I'm also going to put these two little guys in there as well. So we have a possum and we have a little skunky skunk. This was my first time making both of these patterns, so I don't think I'll do the color changes the same the next time on this one. I think I would either do just a stripe in the middle or add it on after, so then it would be a little bit easier. And I also changed it because the white was supposed to be on the bottom, which I don't think is accurate, but I don't really know. And then this one, there was supposed to be a peak, but I put the ear in a different spot because I had already put the eyes on, and yeah, it was just a whole thing. So I ended up just taking it out, and it does go a little bit further down here, but I feel like you can't really tell. I'm not selling these, so I'm not like super worried about it. I think they're still really cute, or else I would be very picky and I wouldn't like sell them with that. Or if I do sell them, I would sell them at a discount because they're kind of, you know, one of a kind things. Also, here's the pigeon that I was talking about. I am obsessed with him. Love him, so I'm going to be keeping him. But yeah, that's all I've been doing. I have kind of started to tidy up because when my space is a mess, that's when I kind of started to feel like a mess, which obviously makes sense, but I really have been doing a very bad job of not having my space be a mess. So therefore, I have been a mess. So I really want to take the time today because it's Sunday, because I have the whole day to myself. I want to take the time to tidy things up, like I was saying, and kind of clean up. So I think now I'm going to kind of sit down and come up with a little bit of a to-do list, but really try not to overdo it because I was doing super well, and then in March I kind of just fell off of things, and I talked about that a little bit in my last video. I think it was my last video. I can't fully remember, but now I've been doing a little bit better, but I've still been having a hard time getting back to things. And I think that part of what was happening and like why I started kind of procrastinating and just falling off of things was because I constantly had too much to do. And that's just because I give myself so many commitments and there are so many things that I want to do. So I need to kind of like pare it back because not finishing my to-do list every day, I was like, oh, it's fine. And like, I was trying not to put pressure on myself, but I think still in my head, I was disappointed whenever I wasn't finishing that to-do list. So I think it still was a little bit of a thing for me. So I want to try and make my to-do list for today with that in mind, but also make a to-do list for the rest of the week and kind of just, you know, like truly be gentle with myself, truly be setting myself realistic goals and expectations. Because I struggle with that just because there's so many different things that I want to do and I never really know how I'm going to feel on the day, if that's what I'm going to want to do. So yeah, it's a hard time, but you know what? We are getting there. So I'm going to get started with the main floor and just kind of like picking things up that are a little bit all over the place, doing the kind of things that I would normally do if I were, say, going to bed, and just kind of resetting the space where I would wake up in the morning and feel good about it. But obviously I'm not going to bed, but you understand. It is a little bit later. I've had lunch. I have not really done much else except for, remember when I said I wasn't gonna crochet today? I ended up finishing this little possum snuggler. I'm not like 100% about the nose, but I followed the pattern. I think next time I would just work it into the rounds though, instead of stitching it on, but it is super cute. So this one is very tiny, but it's going to be going to the store, and I think I would make it in a different yarn next time as well. But I wanted to come on because I'm about to head upstairs to do some more stuff. So I really want to make sure that the spaces that I'm like frequenting are going to be clean and tidy. My bedroom is one of them, but the other one that I really want to work on is my office. My office isn't too bad. There's so much in here that it like absorbs all of the echo. But I just have like a few things kind of on the floor and packages to open, and then the closet needs a little bit of work. So it definitely has been worse, but I feel like since this is like my workspace, I want to make sure that I'm keeping it clean and tidy, because I also want to make sure that like I have a workspace upstairs to go to, because lately I haven't really been taking the time to work from the office. I've just been doing pretty much everything from the couch, which is not ideal. It's not really a habit that I want to fall into again. So that's kind of where we're at. I need to clear off a shelf as well because I want to bring my Harry Potter books up here because they were downstairs where the yarn is now. So I want to bring those up, and that's really just going to be a matter of shifting things around, or honestly, I could do an unhaul. Like I kind of just want to go through all of my books and do kind of a massive unhaul. And I don't know if I'll do that. I'm definitely not going to do it right now because I think it will take a while, but I know it will take a while, but I feel like I should wait a little bit until I'm kind of like back into reading again and then kind of decide from there. So I haven't done any audiobook listening today, but I'll show you the book that I'm listening to again. Here we go. So it's this one, The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer, which I just loved. I think I'm like 99% sure this was my #1 favorite book that I read last year, and it is for a good reason. I just absolutely adore this story. So it has been a pleasure to be back in that world with those characters, and I'm just really enjoying it. But today has kind of been a day of watching some motivating content. I noticed that the creators that I'm watching and following, it really makes a difference on what my mood is and what my kind of mindset is. So I've been making sure to kind of surround myself with more of that. But it's kind of hard because sometimes I just won't feel like watching that, but I am definitely in that mindset and in that mood again, which is really good. So we're going to take advantage of that and just kind of do some tidying up here. Good morning. Actually, not at all morning. It is definitely afternoon, but what I meant to say is that it is the next day. It is now Monday, and I haven't really done all that much. Yesterday, it did end up being a good day. Like I ended up having a good balance between being pretty productive and also just kind of like taking time for myself in a fun way, but then also in more of like a, I don't know, relaxing way, or like productive way, I guess is what I'm trying to say. None of these words are coming out of my mouth how they are in my head. What I mean is I took some time to get organized and ready for the week so then I would be all set, and then I also took some time to just do some me things. But today I haven't done a ton. Like I've been working, and other than that, I started laundry, which has been this huge task. Laundry is like a thing for me. I know for a lot of people it's dishes, but like for me, dishes aren't all that bad because we put everything in the dishwasher. If it's not dishwasher safe, I'm not interested for the most part. But laundry just is like a whole thing. So yeah, I've been working on that today, which is really good. I feel good about that. But I also made a little penguin this morning. So now I'm starting to make things for my launch on September 13th, I believe is when it's going to be. I'm not 100% sure if that's the correct date, but I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. I don't know. I need to look, but this penguin will be for not the launch this coming Friday, but the launch after that. And he's really cute. I like him a lot. And other than that, I have been working on a bunny. And I've been listening to a little bit of my audiobook, not a ton, but I have been slowly but surely working on this bunny. The 2 ears are done, the head is done. Now I just need to do the body and then the tail. But the tail, I'm thinking I might use some fuzzy yarn because that might be fun. I am doing like a cream color for everything else, and I currently and working on the arm. So I'm going to continue on that for my lunch break here. I finished my bunny, which I think turned out super cute. I love it. I love its big floppy ears. I think they are adorable, and it's just so soft and squishy. And look at its little freaking tail. Its tail is just the cutest thing in the world. It's so fluffy. I love it so much. So now I have moved on to a dragon. I'm just starting with the head of the dragon, and I'll show you what it's going to look like. This is the dragon right here, and you can see the pattern designer too if you crochet and were interested in it. But I'm going to do, the body is a similar color, but I'm gonna do gold instead for the accents, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what I'm gonna do. But I just wanted to come on and kind of chat with you guys a little bit. My hair is wild. I went in the pool after work and finished my bunny there because I enjoy crocheting in the pool. I keep getting blisters right on the tips of my fingers, and like obviously where I'm using my finger the most, which is so frustrating and annoying because then it kind of hurts to crochet and I don't know how to prevent it. I think it's just because I move my fingers so much when I'm like going through the stitch. I don't know. I think I kind of crochet like weird, like my tension is very tight, which I've mentioned before, but it results in like a really nice finished product. Like the finished product is always like really nice in my humble opinion, but like I make sure it's like quality and everything, but it hurts my hands a lot just because of the way that I do it. I don't know, and I'm not very fast, I don't think. I have no idea. Yeah. But that's not what I want to talk about today. I know I've been talking about crocheting like all the time, and I'm sorry, but as I said, I am incapable of just taking like a casual passing interest in anything really. I am either all in or I just am like kind of meh. And I go through phases of being like really interested in things, and I feel like obviously like books is something that I've been really interested in for a long time, and it's not that I'm not interested in it anymore, but I think I was realizing like a lot of the things that I was reading were changing, and I was liking that. I was liking the things that I wanted to read, but then all of a sudden I just didn't want to read anymore because I kind of started to get that really weird like dissociation thing happening, which was awful. So then I started to really explore and find like other hobbies, and that just made such a difference because obviously I ended up discovering crochet, but even like the other things that I was doing. But I haven't even like picked up those hobbies in a little bit. I did start coloring a little bit again. My coloring books are right beside me, but I did start coloring a little bit again last week, but it's just been, I don't know, like all of a sudden there's one thing that I just get so hyper fixated on for a very long time, and that is like all that I will want to do. And just lately that has been obviously crocheting. So this channel is never going to not be like, this channel's changed a lot recently, obviously, because I started it when I was 17 years old, and now I am 28. Yeah, I'm 28. So obviously I'm a very different person. Like I feel like it's kind of interesting because I feel like I spent a lot of my most formative years, those were spent finding out who I was on YouTube really, which is a really interesting place to kind of figure out who you are. And I feel like it's also a place that doesn't necessarily always allow for a lot of change and growth. Like people will get very frustrated because you're changing even something as small as your reading tastes, and I've done way more than that now, where I've just been kind of changing the content that I've been posting entirely. Like I don't really want to do just sit, at least at this point in my life, in like this season of my life that I'm in, as they say, I don't want to really do the sit down book videos anymore at this time. I'm not saying that I never will again, but like I would much rather do this kind of casual vlog content. I find that really, one, motivating. It motivates me to get up and actually do things. But then I also kind of worry because sometimes it's just like literally I spent the day crocheting. I didn't really do anything else. So is that interesting? Not necessarily, but like that's why I've been struggling with kind of consistency a little bit, is because I had to kind of come to terms with the fact that I don't really want to do the sit down book thing anymore. And like, that's okay. Sorry, that's the dishwasher if you can hear that. But like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's fine. It's just like, I am a different person and I'm discovering new things that I like. So yeah, that's kind of where I've been like kind of changing to the more just general cozy things. And I hope you like it, but I'm also kind of at a point where I'm like, well, I'm just doing whatever fills my cup. And if it fills other people's cups, then that is amazing and would be awesome. Like, that's part of the reason why I'm so open about my mental health, is because if something does fill someone else's cup, I'll feel really good about that. But I also am making sure that I'm doing things for me still, if that makes any sense. Because I think for a while I was just doing what I felt like other people wanted me to do, and that can make it really hard to kind of figure out who you are when you're just doing what other people's expectations are for you, rather than figuring out what your expectations are for yourself, I guess. That being said, I have started to get back into watching YouTube and like kind of surrounding myself with things that make me feel good again, because for a little bit it wasn't that I was watching things that weren't making me feel good, although I have still been on my documentary kick. I just have been watching all the docu-series and all the documentaries. So if you have any recommendations, leave them down below. But I just was kind of watching things that were mostly like, I got really obsessed with crochet vlogs and watching what other people were making and all of that stuff. That was kind of all that I was really watching. But now I've gotten back to the kind of like motivational almost podcast sort of style content that really helps me to realize not every day is going to be perfect, and that's totally okay. And I can still keep going and be like reasonable with myself, and I'll never get tired of listening to those things. I'll definitely go through phases where I won't really want to listen to them as much, because I think I need to be in a certain mindset in order to listen to them, where I'm kind of open to what it's saying, or else it's kind of just like background noise and I'm just like doing it to maybe feel like I'm doing something to improve myself. Like, I'm watching it to feel like I'm doing something to improve myself, but that's not actually what I'm doing, if that makes sense. I'm not paying attention enough to like implement what's being said. But since I've been back in the mindset of like, no, this is exactly what I needed to hear. Like, there's been a couple videos that I've watched where I'm like, this is exactly what I was needing. Like the video recently on the how to ADHD, I can't speak right now. The video recently on the How to ADHD channel that was about mental load was very eye-opening to me, because I feel like that kind of perfectly describes what I have struggled with for a very long time, but also what I had struggled with in the past year or so. Like the past, since 2024 started, that's kind of been since March, is when I kind of started the dissociating thing and just started to just have so much of a mental load that it was like, well, we're just gonna do nothing, because that makes sense, right? Which, like, no, it just exacerbates the problem, but that was just kind of my coping mechanism, I guess. So that was really eye-opening. And then just a couple of like podcasts, like I just like listening to normal people, you know, tell me kind of what's going on, help me to understand myself, help me to kind of try and find some coping mechanisms and everything. And YouTube is just a wonderful place for that. And I hope that that's kind of what you get from my videos. Like, not necessarily coping mechanisms, but I hope they maybe make you feel good, even though it's not what you maybe initially subscribed for. I hope that they just all around make you feel happy and are something that you can enjoy, make you feel maybe a little bit less lonely, because like I spend a lot of time alone, clearly, like because my fiance works really long hours. I am often alone. By the way, I'm not wearing my ring, not for any drama. I just forget to put it on very often. It's a problem. But anyways, I just hope that like you can get something good from my videos, even if they are different than what you were kind of expecting, if that makes sense. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to sit down and chat with you guys because I feel like I haven't done that in a little bit. But I'm actually gonna close out this video here because I would like to start filming another one. I really want to get 2 videos out this week, so that is my goal. So I'm going to start another vlog and I will see you guys in that one. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you again in another one very, very soon. I still can't speak. I'm so sorry. All right, goodbye.